Hey everyone, I am your astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your daily forecast for the day of Saturday, November 11th, 2017. Now, what is going on today is that we're coming into the day really with the grand fire trine that I talked about in yesterday's horoscope, okay? And that's because we do have the moon here, the very end degrees of Leo, and a trine with both Saturn here and with Uranus, which are also in a trine with each other, and they're all in fire signs, okay? Bringing up some things happening very fast. Trines usually indicate things happening very fast, very excitedly, of course, because it's a fire sign. Bringing up some insights, perhaps unexpectedly with Uranus involved, about our journey, about something new that we're doing, and about just where it is that we want our life to go, or something that we're exploring and trying to better understand. Okay, so I think that is what is happening today. As we're coming into today. It actually didn't really happen until midnight mountain time last night, so about 2 o'clock in the morning for those of you on the East Coast. So it's kind of like a weird time, especially for all my American followers, to have this happen, because a lot of times it's happening while we're asleep and some really late hours, it kind of kicking in last minute with some things going on here. And I don't even know myself if I even feel this, if anything, but I think there could be some stuff coming in unexpectedly, unexpected things happening, or unexpected insights about what is going on in your life here to help you move forward and to help push you, give you a little extra push in the right direction. I think that's the thing. Even if something crazy doesn't come up, I think the message is to keep moving forward and starting to feel that way, okay? And I think that's what's going on as we are coming into today. Now, after all of that happens, around overnight, around 10 a.m. Mountain Time, the moon is going to enter Virgo right here, okay? And so what goes on when the moon is in Virgo is it's a more stable energy. Of course, Virgo's an earth sign. It's more grounded in a lot of ways. Virgo is also ruled by Mercury, so it's strategic. It wants to figure out how to plan and how to make sense of life and how to work with your daily routines and work things out in the day-to-day. And I think that's what's going on here after some of this energy and some of this passion that came in at the very last minute yesterday and into today, and after some of the insights that we got and some unexpected things. I think when the moon moves into Virgo, we're trying to figure out, okay, what do we do with all of this? We know now where we need to go. We're trying to commit to moving forward, to doing something new, to making sense of our life in new ways and continuing to do things. And I think the moon in Virgo is trying to ask us, okay, well, how can we make sure that this is really stable? How can we do the hard work to make sure that these insights that came and that this passion that we experienced is really going to last and is really going to stay with us in some way, and really use all that passion that we have, all these things that came up, and it kind of tones it down a little bit to say, okay, we need to be realistic about this here, and we need to figure out how all this insights that came to us is really going to start to work in reality and to just happen, okay? And so I think that's what we're thinking about today, especially at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, noon for my East Coast folks. We're trying to figure out. All right, now when the moon is in Virgo, it's going to be right here. It's going to sextile both Venus and Jupiter around what, 7 or 10 o'clock tonight Mountain Time. Okay, so it's really going to give you an opportunity to start thinking here about what changes you need to make to your life, to the way your life looks, to the things that you do on the day-to-day, to your routines, okay, to put them in a better place, given all of these insights that it is that you've gotten last night and into this morning, okay? So I think the thing is, if something came to you last night about the future, about where your life is going, or that was really defining for you on your journey, I think the message coming into today is, okay, how can you take that and how can you make it happen in reality, and what do you need to change in your life in order to make this thing happen, in order to sustain this thing, in order to move forward with it in some way, okay? And it brings quite a different energy. Or maybe we were very excitable last night. I think we get this earth coming in, an earth moon, and the water Scorpio as well, making an aspect to the earth moon, saying, okay, we got to figure things out emotionally after maybe we were a little bit excitable beforehand, and try to figure that out. I think as we're trying to make changes to our life or to our daily routines and what we do on the day-to-day to incorporate some of these insights and passions that came as well. I think we're also trying to dig up some deep emotions to figure out what we're feeling emotionally as well, so that we can start to do what it is that we need to do moving forward, and feel more wholeheartedly on board with where our life is going and some new things that we're trying to do and commit to move forward here, okay? So I think that's what's going on with Venus and Jupiter here. I think it's going to be okay. These changes are going to be really good for you if you make the changes, maybe as well with relationships and money, and in regards to what makes you feel happy or comfortable, but again, really helping you move in the right direction, okay? So that's what's going to happen for most of the day. I mean, that's the thing, until 10 p.m. at night, Mountain Time, which is going to be midnight the next day for all those on the East Coast. But I do want to let you know that after that happens, we are going to come into some harder aspects tomorrow with the moon here in a square with Mercury right around midnight my time, okay, and an opposition eventually with Neptune here, saying as we are making some of these changes here in our life and our daily routines to accommodate some of these passions, maybe there's some confusion that's coming up. Maybe we're feeling a little bit uncomfortable as we're making some of these changes, and maybe we don't quite understand them yet either, really having to work overtime to make sense of what it is that we're doing and overcome some confusion so that we can better understand where our life is going, feel more comfortable with it, and make the changes that we need to make to move forward. But those two things are going to be more a tomorrow thing instead of a today thing. All right, so that's what's going on for today. Stuff that is going on in the background. We still have Saturn squaring Chiron and Uranus, which has been going on for a while. Now it feels like forever to me, but still feeling a little bit uncomfortable about something you're doing, some journey you're going on, not feeling quite right. Maybe beliefs, hard for you to understand your life and also figure out what's going on, but really wanting to break free to do something that is important to you in some way, and really trying to balance that, doing what you want to do, doing what you need to do to feel free once again, while overcoming some old things or some insecurities or some things that are hurtful for you, and really trying to wrestle with that a little bit to move forward. And I think, especially after yesterday, really starting to feel like we're getting our groove to move in the direction we need to move in, okay? So that is still going on here. Sun as well, squaring the nodes and sextiling Pluto. Okay, so still needing to focus on some changes, still getting emotionally deep, needing to understand our emotions here, really our emotions unlocking some big doors for us if we can get to the bottom of them and not be afraid of them, to understand what makes us happy with the North Node here in Leo, and to help move our lives in the right direction with Pluto in Capricorn there. Okay, so we've got that happening. Venus still in a conjunction with Jupiter, which I did mention a few minutes ago, bringing up maybe some changes in relationships and with money, but changes that are for the best and will be better, and to really understand relationships and go deep with other people, to have other people understand you as well. I think those are also some things happening there. And then finally, Mercury also starting today to come into its square with Neptune, bringing up some confusion as we're trying to understand our life and where we're going, as well with the moon eventually going to make the opposition over here to Neptune, but really needing to break through some of the confusion that's happening, or to sit with the confusion, okay, and to not push too hard until the insights come. I think more insights are coming. I think more insights can come just looking and thinking about all of the astrology as a whole together. But I think that we just still have to work a few things out, make a few more changes, and have faith that we're going in the right direction. And I think it will all start to fall into place soon here. So I think that's what's going on today. I think today is not too bad, really, after getting some insights yesterday, although it may require us to be more practical perhaps than we want to be after all of the, excitable energy we had going on yesterday. But that being the point is to make sure that all of these passions that came up at the very end of yesterday with the Grand Fire Trine don't disappear and don't leave, okay, and can last as we're moving forward. All right, so I hope all that made sense. That's what I have got today. There, now your card for you is the King of Cups reversed. Now this is actually a card of not having emotional control, emotions being all over the place in a lot of ways, everything kind of just being up in the air, not knowing what's going on, not understanding your feelings, maybe not understanding other people's feelings. To me, this is definitely very much so representative of the Grand Fire Trine that happened, bringing lots of passions, lots very quickly, things like that. And then today having to figure out, what do I do with all of that? What do I do with all of these insights that I got and all of this passion, and how do I make it happen? And I think the message of today is you got to figure out how to get control over your feelings, over your emotions, over whatever is going on with you that you may be excited about or that may have happened, so that you can really begin to make sense of it all, make the changes you need to make to put your life in the right place, and to use these insights and these things that came to you, and to make sure that they stick with you and do not fall away, okay? So I think that's the message for today. That's all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching your horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I will talk to you later.